The sun begins to rise over the dry grasslands of ancient Africa 2 million years ago. Inside a rocky cave, a primitive human, small, muscular, and covered in dark, coarse hair, slowly opens his eyes. His chest rises and falls heavily as he breathes the cold morning air. There is no language, no alarm clock, no shelter, only instinct.
The day has begun. Hunger drives them forward.
With no tools or weapons yet, early humans rely on their senses, hands, and sharpened instincts to survive. In groups of 2 or 3, they step into the dry savanna. The ground is hot and cracked. The sun climbs quickly and shade is rare. Their diet is simple: roots, wild fruits, tree bark, and small insects. Sometimes, if lucky, they find eggs in hidden nests or catch slow-moving lizards. But every step outside the cave is dangerous. There are leopards, snakes, and hyenas. These humans are not yet hunters. They are gatherers, scavengers, survivors. A man crouches near a shrub and digs the earth with a flat stone. He finds a thick root. He bites it, chews it slowly. It is bitter, but enough to survive another few hours. Farther ahead, a child climbs a short tree to collect red berries while the mother watches carefully. They learn which plants heal and which ones kill. This is knowledge passed not through words, but through doing, watching, remembering. Every bite matters. Every wrong guess can be fatal.
In the harsh heat of the African plains,
thirst is as dangerous as hunger. The early humans walk long distances scanning the land for signs of water. They follow animal trails, bird flight patterns, or the scent of damp soil. There are no containers, only hands, cupped together, trembling with urgency. Finally, they find it, a shallow, muddy stream hidden behind tall grass. The group kneels, dropping down without hesitation. One man uses his hand to scoop water. Another dips his face directly into the stream, slurping desperately. Children crouch low, imitating their parents, splashing and drinking. The water is not clean. It is warm, full of insects and dirt, but it is life. They have no understanding of germs, only that without water, the body weakens, vision blurs, and death comes quickly.
One evening, clouds gather in the sky.
Thunder rolls in the distance. The early humans take shelter inside their cave. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning strikes a dry tree nearby. It bursts into flames. Bright, terrifying, and alive, fire is born before their eyes. They watch from a distance, afraid. The flames dance violently, crackling and roaring. It's unlike anything they've seen. Some run. Others freeze in place, but one brave figure approaches slowly. The fire is dying now, soft embers glowing in the ash. He reaches forward with a branch. Smoke rises. The tip of the branch catches fire. He pulls back in awe. For the first time, man holds fire in his hand, not from the sky, but by choice. Inside the cave, they gather around the flickering light. It's warm. It scares wild animals away. The children stare silently. Sparks fly. Smoke fills the air. They cough, but they don't move away. This moment changes everything. They've gained power over darkness, heat in the cold, protection from beasts. A new path opens. Cooking, foraging, and eventually, civilization. Even in a time without words, family existed. These early humans lived in tight-knit groups of 10 to 20. They were not just individuals, they were protectors, providers, and parents. Every member had a role, shaped by instinct, strength, and survival. The males often roamed further, scouting for food or watching for danger. The females stayed closer to the shelter, watching over the children, gathering roots, berries, or small animals. But this wasn't strict, it was flexible. Survival meant helping where needed. Children learn by watching. They mimicked movements, how to dig, how to grip a stick, how to recognize danger. There were no rules, but there was structure. A child was everyone's responsibility. If one cried, multiple adults turned to look. Care was shared. In the evenings, they gathered close. Parents combed fingers through their child's hair. Some children played with bones, stones, or leaves. Others simply lay beside the fire, listening to the hums and grunts of their elders. This was family in its earliest form, not defined by language or culture, but by touch, presence, and protection. The beginning of love, primitive, powerful, and deeply human. Away from the cave, under the open sky, something remarkable is happening. An early human sits beside a riverbank, his hands dirty, his eyes focused. Before him lies a simple stone. He lifts another, striking it slowly. Sharp flakes break off. This is not instinct, this is invention. These were the world's first tools, blunt for smashing, sharp for cutting. Each stone was chosen carefully, shaped with patience. They had no names, but their purpose was clear. With these tools, they could break bones from marrow, cut through thick roots, or scrape animal hides. Others gather around watching. A child tries to mimic the motion, fumbling. The older male shows him again. This is how knowledge passed, through repetition, through hands, through time. Nearby, a woman uses a sharp flake to clean the meat from a scavenged bone. Another sharpens a stick into a spear. No fire, no forge. But this was the beginning of technology. Under the sun, in the dust, humanity took its first steps toward mastery of the world, not with words, but with tools. With every strike of stone against stone, a future was being carved. Life in the wild was dangerous, unpredictable, but it was not cold. These early humans felt. They feared. They cared. They grieved. A child trips while running and cries out. Instantly, a mother rushes forward, lifting and inspecting him. Her face frowns with concern. She holds him close until the crying stops. Another adult, not the parent, brings water from a nearby stream. There are no words, but there is kindness. Later, an old member of the group sits alone, weakened, no longer able to walk far. Younger members bring him food. They wait beside him, touching his hand, watching his breathing. They do not leave him behind. When one of them dies, the group gathers. Their heads lower. Their bodies stay close. Some grunt softly. One places a rock on the chest of the body as if to mark or protect it. This, perhaps, is the beginning of ritual, of memory. These early humans are more than instinct. They form relationships, roles, and feelings. They care for one another, not just for survival, but because they feel a connection. Emotion is not modern, it is ancient. It is what made us human. Darkness falls once more, but this time they do not face it with fear. The fire burns steadily, small embers glowing like stars on the ground. The tribe gathers close, forming a circle. This is the rhythm of their life. Survive the day, protect the night. Children lean against their mothers, half asleep. Some adults sit with eyes open, watching the flicker of flame. A few hum softly, low sounds that carry through the cave or open shelter. These sounds are not music, but comfort. One elder places a hand on the chest of a sleeping child. Another gently fans the fire with dry grass, careful not to let it die. The smoke is thinner now, the heat softer. They lie on animal skins, dried leaves, or just the ground. There are no dreams they understand, but their breathing is slow, safe, and steady. Above them, the stars shine. The world is silent but alive, and for a few hours there is peace. This is where the day ends, not in chaos but in connection, in warmth, silence, and survival. The story of early humanity doesn't close with violence, it closes with rest.